Hello, thank you for tuning into this week's section of reads. You should be seeing this on the YouTube channel James 13 Wicca, in case you're seeing it somewhere else. Also, the dice and the cards I'm using, they're going to be listed below. Other than that, let's go ahead and move ahead. If you would like a reading from me, of course, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below, same email. Thanks again for tuning in, and let's go ahead and get into yours. Hello, Cancer. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. These readings are valid for whenever you come to them. That being said, what do we have for Cancer? Okay. This is a roller coaster, this one. Somebody's stressing you out for sure. For sure. Somebody is stressing you out, and they've probably been stressing you out for a while. You've helped somebody out. Information coming to you. You've tried to help with the information coming to you. You've tried to help navigate. I don't know who you're dealing with, but they have their own course in life, and I feel like wherever they're going, it makes it very difficult for you to be comfortable. They have their own way of doing things. I feel like this is part of what the stress is. You're watching somebody you care about do things, and you're like, I don't think that's a good idea. I don't think that's safe. I'd like you to be more cautious. You have a lot of love for whoever this is. This is clearly why this stresses you so much, because you have so much love going towards them. And it's kind of like, can't we just do the safer route? Can't we just be a little bit more careful? Do you have to do it that way? It's kind of like, do you have to do it that way? And you've helped them get by some rough corners. You've helped them figure out how to get around some rough corners. The Seven of Swords, in this situation, I don't think it's bad. There was some potential for things to get kind of rough, and you helped them get around that. Excuse me. They are who they are, though. This isn't a situation that's really changing. They are who they are. And I do feel like this is, I don't know, I feel like this connection will always stress you. It's just who they are. I don't know that you're fighting that. Are you aware of that at this point? You might be already aware of that. Liking it is its own thing, but I don't see you fighting it. I do see you saying your piece when you need to. This other energy, they do things the way they do, thinking it's the right thing to do. They feel like they're doing it the right way, even though there's a lot of random energy around them. They are very random. This is who they really are, though. I'm getting this is who they really are. They are a random person. That's just how it is. The Wheel of Fortune goes up, it goes down, it goes left, it goes right. Even when you think you know what might happen, you don't. One of those things. Excuse me. I do feel like you try to not argue with this person, but you try to say your piece when you think it'll be effective. But that might be few and far between. Okay. So how does this get better for Cancer? Sooner or later, another moment will come. They do what they do. They are who they are. This seems to like fit, like this is how this is going to work. These two cards together, the fruitless wind with no, it's not time yet. It's hard to get comfortable with this energy. I feel like even when I feel like things might secure, they don't get secured. Even when it looks like maybe like, all right, this person, they bought a house, they're going to live in this location, so that's a big investment, they'll stay there. I'm getting, don't take it like that because they can sell that house or they can rent out that house and live somewhere else, or there's a lot of options. Be careful about what you think is stable here, because I get whatever you think is stable is not stable. And it might be more helpful to you, ironically, to not think things are more stable than they are. Because when you think they're stable and then all of a sudden that's not the truth, that really becomes a very difficult thing to deal with. Kind of like I was kind of banking on that. I was kind of like working with that, thinking that was going to work and serve this situation, but now you're changing the rules and I don't like that. They're kind of giving this energy. If you realize that things are going to constantly change, you'll be a lot happier. Even when you think something is stable, I'm getting with this situation, it's just not. Even when you think it's, okay, we got it, we finally got it, probably not. This energy does what it does. It just always does what it does. Enjoy the moments that are good for what they are. Live the moment for the moment. Is there anything else I can say about that? I feel like that's a lot to ask. Seven of Fire, and then the Wheel of Fortune again. Okay. Wheel of whatever this is, it's like, it's not a negotiable. The Seven of Fire coming in like this is telling me, even when you get some insights, you don't get the whole story. You're going to get pieces, not the whole enchilada. Like, you know what I mean? It's kind of like somebody giving you a puzzle. It may look like all the pieces are there, but once you start putting it together, you're going to realize there's a lot missing. Probably about half of it. I feel like if that's what I just start accepting, or expecting, or accepting, however that works for you, I just feel like I'm not as taken off guard anymore. This energy is trying to do good things. They live in the moment, and they're trying to do good for other people. They get very influenced about things around them, and things change very quickly for them. They get very influenced by that. Whatever they're seeing or feeling going on around them, they get very influenced and they go with it. They feel like they're making the right decision, and they embrace the moment as it approaches, which I'm kind of feeling like that's not something you really care for, but it's not something you can really do anything about at this point. I feel like we're just seeing it for what it actually is. It's going to get more and more intense as time goes on. A lot of healing comes out of this, but it's the devil with the Four of Swords. Through the pain comes the healing. This energy has to be accountable for itself. For this to actually be more refined, and maybe that's all you're asking for, is for it to be more refined, they might have to do the School of Hard Knocks on that one. In my opinion, what that means is like when you just go out there and you screw it up so bad and you have to clean up your own mess, and you're just like, you hated cleaning up your own mess, and because you had to clean up your own mess, you don't make that mistake again because you hated cleaning it up. To me, that's what the School of Hard Knocks is, where you screw it up, and then you're the one that has to clean up the whole thing. It's kind of like coming home from a party or having a party at your house, maybe that's a better one, and everybody wrecking your house, and then you're there the next day. It's just up to you to fix everything and clean everything up and pay for all the damages and put it all together, and you're like, well, all right, I shouldn't have invited everybody back from the bar that night, and, you know, I did what I did, and there was a lot of problems, and I had to clean it up, and I had to pay for it all, and it took me weeks to get it back to the way it should have been, maybe months, depending how bad it was. And you make that mistake once, and you're like, I don't want to go through that again, so I'm not going to make that mistake again. That's how this seems to go forward. You don't have to be a part of the cleanup crew either. It's not mean. Sometimes that's what really helps people learn. If they're making the decisions, them cleaning up after themselves for the decisions they made is fair. You can still be supportive. You could even pull it off in a sense like, oh, I'll help you, but I'm a little busy that day. I'll show up when I can. And then, like, if they're taking the whole day cleaning up a mess, for example, that they made, maybe if you show up at the last hour or two, then just help them do the last few final touches, but you're not there for the whole thing, helping them put it all back together. Make them do the majority of the work. Make them feel what they did. Make them do the work to, like, realize, all right, they made this decision, therefore they have to clean up the mess. So it doesn't mean you have to be completely detached, but, like, at least pull back your helpful attitude. Because when you care about people, when Cancer cares about people, you're there for them. I just feel like that's a Cancer thing. When somebody you care about, something's going on, but, like, for this situation, it's more helpful for them to get them to do it themselves. If you want to help a little bit, just make sure it's the end part if you can, or just don't be too involved. Still show your support as you need to, but, like, make sure that they do the legwork and they put in the effort to fix it mostly themselves. I feel like this can bring down the stress level for you a lot, because this energy is supposed to refine, but one of the ways it's going to refine is it has to kind of, like, start cleaning up its own mess, or feel that, you know, reality of what decisions they made and the outcome for those decisions. You can't just make certain decisions and expect somebody to clean up your mess. Kind of like, you know, if you ruin your credit, for example, or something like that, or you spend all your money and then you can't get things you want to get, well, then that's the thing. That's how you balance that out. Like, I remember when I was younger, spending too much on all the fun stuff I wanted, and then when the rent came around, having to scrimp and save to pay that, and then the next month feeling like I was behind the ball and having to scrimp and save another month in because I spent too much on this other stuff I didn't really need, and then taking a few months for it to balance out and going, well, I don't want to screw that up again, so I better think about it before I make these decisions like this again. Stuff like that. That can bring the stress level down for you too. Like, I don't think you're going to let this person drown, to be fair, but, you know, if they have to struggle a little bit, that's not bad. It actually might help them. I mean, I do feel like if they are struggling, it's due to decisions they're making, and they feel like they're making the right decisions. Well, let it balance out for them so they can really feel what's going on, because you won't always be there to pick up the pieces for them. I also get that too. All right, I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you very much for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below, same email. Thanks again for watching. Have a great day.